Terraria is a 2D sandbox platformer that was released onto Steam on May 16th of 2011. It was produced by an American independent game developer called Relogic, with the head coder and designer being Andrew Redigit, or Red for short. Upon initial release, the game was first met with mixed reviews, wildly stating that while it did have potential, it was simply too cookie cutter and, well, basic for the time. Fast forward to now, and Terraria has sold 58 million copies worldwide across all platforms of gaming. It has developed an almost cult-like following, with hundreds of thousands of devoted fans continuously playing and talking about the game online. But what happened? What changed? What brought the concept out of its initial mundane hole and propelled it into gaming stardom? You see, understanding that is where the true beauty of what makes this game great shines. Hi, I'm Tom O'Barrow, and I've been playing Terraria for over half of my life. I'm 22, and I've gotten to witness firsthand how the game has developed and changed throughout the years, through various different areas of the game getting attention, as the scope and story and bosses expanded outwards, watching the fanbase grow from just a few thousand to the massive community that it is today. Needless to say, it has been an absolute pleasure to watch this game grow and succeed over the years. But at this point I ask myself, why was Terraria so successful? What steps were taken over the years that secured its notoriety? Why is it continued to be so loved? This is an honest question that had kept me up for some nights, trying to piece together the exact reasons why Terraria, well, worked. On paper, it's a very simple game. You spawn inside of a two-dimensional sandbox world. You collect materials, survive the world's enemies, and progress through fighting bosses. It's easy, and most importantly, it's been done before. So then what makes this seemingly straightforward game iconic and unique? I think it has to do with Elihu Goldrat's creative constraint theory. That took me 25 tries. Or essentially the theory that when somebody is put inside of a constraining situation, they will be able to come up with unique and unheard of ways of working through those constraints, transforming limitations into advantages. Is that even on? Yeah? You see, Red at this point was an aspiring game designer and creative, with a good amount of gaming experience under his belt already. He knew that he wanted to make his game in the 2D world, and that he wanted to create something memorable. He just wasn't sure what he wanted the end product to look like. And I honestly think that that insecurity is what became his greatest strength. Since he didn't know the exact direction that he wanted the game to progress, once the beta released, he turned to his team and small fan base for help, creating forums and posts about the game, asking for players' info and other designers' advice on everything. He accepted info for all parts and aspects of the game, from boss designs to game mechanics, and even mystery items and silly cosmetics. He let the game's community create the game that they wanted to play, taking his previous limitations of design and progression path and using it as his greatest creative weapon. Fucking genius. I know it's a common meme on the internet for game designers to not listen to their fans, but on a completely real note, Red took this information that continued to pile in and started working on updates with his team. Updates that would continue to happen year after year, progressing the game's story as it continued to be polished and perfected. Code rewritten and optimized, boss UI changed as new items and mechanics were always being added. It was like watching a work of art be created right in front of your eyes. Red and his team's love for the community clearly showed through the game, and everybody that played the game felt that. Over the next few years, Terraria's community exploded, netting the company hundreds of thousands of new players every month. Not only that, but the modded community got so big for the game that the devs even decided to add an official modded version of the game called Tmod Loader. There, players could publish their own open source Terraria mods for others to play in the official game. Another absolutely genius play by Red. I don't think I'm smiling enough. This brought their community together even tighter, as the players now had an even greater substantial impact on the game that they already loved so much. Terraria is by no means a perfect game. It still has bugs, errors, and various progression issues that make it harder for new players to get into the story. However, I feel that what Red and his team were able to accomplish in this game was nothing short of a miracle. To this very day, all these years later, Team Relogic continues to work on Terraria, and they do so for the beautiful community that they were able to form around such an amazing game.
My name is James, and today we are kickstarting a brand new Terraria series.
This is Stampy, and welcome to a Let's Play of a game called Terraria.
This hero, and we're gonna be fighting all 4 of the bosses, solo. And by we...
How's it going, crew? My name's Happy Days, and welcome back to Terraria.
Hello everyone, my name is GB, and welcome back.
Thank you, Red. Thank you, Senix. This game was a huge part of my childhood, and continues to be a big part even in my adulthood. I don't think I could really ever stop playing. And to all the other amazing designers, coders, and creatives that have worked in this game in all forms over the years, you guys are the best. Please, never stop caring. Alright. I think that's all I wanted to say. This has been an ode to Terraria, my favorite game of all time. Thank you.